Hello and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we want to talk about relationships and why it's important to be cautious about giving too many chances, especially in romantic contexts. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel so we can continue making helpful content and deepen your understanding of relationship dynamics. Now, let's get started. In relationships, constantly giving chances can be tricky. It may seem compassionate to forgive and keep trying, but it's important to know where to draw the line. When you keep offering chances, people might start to see this as their right rather than something they need to earn. Over time, this can lead to them not respecting the boundaries and standards you've set. When someone becomes used to your forgiveness, they might start taking it for granted. This change might be gradual, but eventually, they could lose respect for the rules you've established. They might think they can act without consequences because they know you'll always offer another chance. This can undermine your own self-respect and set a harmful precedent in the relationship. It's crucial to maintain a balance between forgiveness and accountability. If you're always letting someone off the hook, they might see you as someone who just tolerates their behavior rather than as someone whose standards should be respected. This can lead to them viewing you as a doormat rather than a partner deserving of respect. Understanding that you deserve to be treated with dignity is a key part of this process. It can be tough to accept, especially if you're emotionally invested, but it's essential to remember that your value isn't tied to someone else's recognition. Their failure to meet your expectations often signals that it's time to re-evaluate the relationship. Letting go, although difficult, can often lead to personal growth and better relationships. Holding on to connections that don't meet your standards might hinder your own happiness and development. By choosing to let go, you're prioritizing your own well-being and self-respect. Focus on cherishing the people who genuinely deserve your time and energy. When you surround yourself with those who align with your values and treat you with respect, you create a positive environment that supports your growth and happiness. Understanding your worth and setting boundaries is about self-care. It means recognizing that you have the power to shape your relationships. Letting go of connections that don't align with your standards isn't about abandoning people, but about affirming your self-respect and making space for healthier, more fulfilling interactions. Make choices that reflect your values and aspirations, and you'll foster more satisfying and respectful relationships. Imagine a world where communication is as clear as a crystal lake, where every interaction is a direct exchange rather than a murky game of telephone. Envision conversations where people express their true feelings and thoughts openly, creating a space of mutual understanding and trust. This is the transformative power of direct communication. Instead of whispering about one another behind closed doors or letting misunderstandings brew, we could engage with each other candidly, addressing issues head-on and strengthening our connections. Direct communication is the antidote to confusion and discord, fostering relationships that are both deeper and more meaningful. Consider the difference it makes when you talk straight to someone versus letting information pass through the grapevine. When you communicate directly, you cut through the noise and reach the heart of the matter. You're not left guessing about what someone feels or thinks because they've told you themselves. This honest exchange helps prevent the spread of rumors and misinterpretations, paving the way for genuine connections. It's like having a map that guides you clearly through the landscape of relationships, making the journey smoother and more enjoyable. Now, let's dive into the concept of unconditional love versus conditional affection. Reflect on the relationships in your life. Are you surrounded by people who love you no matter what, or are you dealing with individuals whose affection seems to wax and wane based on specific conditions? True love is unwavering, like a lighthouse standing firm against the storm. It doesn't shift with the tides of success or failure. Instead, it remains constant, offering a stable source of comfort and support. When love is conditional, it's as if it's on a tightrope, teetering with every change in circumstances. Imagine someone who only shows you affection when everything is going smoothly. Their love feels like a fair-weather friend, present only when conditions are ideal. This type of love isn't about who you are, but rather about how well you fit into their ideal scenario. It's important to recognize that true love is not about meeting specific expectations or living up to certain standards. It's about being loved for who you are, irrespective of external circumstances. Conditional affection, on the other hand, often leads to a constant state of uncertainty and anxiety, as you're left wondering if your worth will shift with the next change in circumstance. Unconditional love is like a safe harbor in a storm. It provides a sense of security and acceptance, allowing you to be your authentic self without fear of judgment or rejection. This kind of love doesn't waver with the winds of change. It remains steadfast, offering a dependable source of support and understanding. When you're loved unconditionally, you feel valued for who you are at your core, rather than for what you can provide or achieve. Recognizing the difference between unconditional and conditional love is crucial for your emotional well-being. Relationships where love is contingent on meeting certain conditions can be emotionally draining and unstable. They require constant effort to align with someone else's expectations, which can undermine your self-esteem and happiness. Instead, seek out relationships where love is given freely, without strings attached. These are the connections that will nourish and uplift you, providing a foundation of stability and mutual respect. As you navigate your relationships, focus on nurturing those that embody unconditional love. These are the people who appreciate and support you for who you are, regardless of the circumstances. They offer a sanctuary where you can be yourself, without the pressure to conform to fluctuating expectations. Surrounding yourself with such individuals will enrich your life and create a network of genuine, supportive relationships. In essence, direct communication and unconditional love are the cornerstones of fulfilling relationships. Clear, honest dialogue prevents misunderstandings and strengthens connections, while unconditional love provides a stable foundation of support and acceptance. By prioritizing these elements in your interactions, you build a life filled with authentic connections and meaningful relationships. Embrace the clarity of direct communication and the enduring strength of unconditional love, and watch as your relationships flourish with sincerity and depth. Let's discover a real story right now to know clearly why it's very important. Once upon a time, in a quiet town nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young woman named Emily and her best friend Jake. Emily and Jake had known each other since childhood and shared countless memories. They laughed together, supported each other, and faced life's ups and downs as a team. One day, Emily met a new friend named Laura, who seemed to add excitement to her life. Laura was fun, spontaneous, and always had new ideas for adventures. Emily enjoyed spending time with Laura, but she also noticed something troubling. Laura's mood seemed to change based on Emily's success or failures. When Emily succeeded in her career, Laura was enthusiastic and supportive. However, when Emily faced setbacks, Laura's support seemed to wane, and she became distant. Emily was puzzled by this shift in Laura's behavior. She valued their friendship, but she began to question the sincerity of Laura's affection. One evening, after a particularly difficult day at work, Emily found herself sitting alone, feeling the weight of Laura's conditional support. She realized that Laura's friendship felt more like a fair-weather friend rather than a source of unwavering support. Determined to understand the situation better, Emily decided to have an open conversation with Laura. She called her up and said, "Laura, I've noticed that when things are going well for me, you're so enthusiastic and supportive. But when things aren't great, I feel like you're less present. Can we talk about this?" Laura was taken aback by Emily's directness. She hadn't realized how her behavior was affecting Emily. After a thoughtful pause, Laura admitted, "You're right, Emily. I guess I struggle with seeing you go through tough times." It makes me uncomfortable, and I didn't know how to handle it. I'm sorry if my support seemed conditional. Emily appreciated Laura's honesty and explained, I understand that it's difficult to see me struggle, but I value our friendship, and I need to feel supported even when things aren't going well. True friendship means being there for each other, no matter the circumstances. Laura took Emily's words to heart and committed to being more consistent in her support. She began to understand that real friendship, and real love, involve standing by someone through all of life's ups and downs, not just when it's convenient or comfortable. Their conversations became more open and honest, helping to build a stronger foundation for their friendship. Meanwhile, Emily also reflected on her relationship with Jake. She realized that Jake had always been a source of unconditional support. No matter what happened in her life, Jake was there for her, offering encouragement and love without any conditions. This unwavering support was something Emily deeply cherished. One day, Emily and Jake sat down to have a heartfelt conversation. Emily said, Jake, I want to thank you for always being there for me. Your support has been a constant in my life, and it means so much to me. Jake smiled and replied, That's what friends are for, Emily. I'm here for you through thick and thin. That's what unconditional love is all about. Emily realized the profound difference between Laura's conditional support and Jake's unconditional love. She understood that true love and friendship are built on consistent, unwavering support, regardless of the circumstances. This revelation helped her appreciate the value of direct communication and genuine affection even more. As time went on, Emily's relationships grew stronger. She learned to communicate openly with those around her, addressing issues directly and fostering deeper connections. She also surrounded herself with people who offered unconditional love, creating a supportive network that enriched her life. In the end, Emily's journey taught her that the key to fulfilling relationships lies in clear communication and the strength of unconditional love. By understanding and embracing these principles, she created a life filled with genuine, lasting connections that stood the test of time. And so, in the quiet town nestled between rolling hills, Emily found the true essence of friendship and love. Imagine your life as a grand adventure, with each person you meet playing a role in the story. As you journey through this adventure, it's essential to surround yourself with characters who truly enrich the plot, those whose love is deep, honest, and unwavering. Think of these people as the heroes in your tale, who bring joy, support, and genuine connection into your life. They're like the bright stars in your sky, guiding you through the darkest nights and celebrating with you in the brightest moments. On the other hand, there will be characters who come and go, and their presence might not always be positive. Picture someone who leaves your life after you've found peace. At first, this departure might feel like a loss, a gap in your narrative. However, what if I told you that this departure is actually a gift? When someone who couldn't truly appreciate you or contribute positively to your happiness exits your story, they're making space for new, more fulfilling characters to join your journey. It's like turning a page to a new chapter filled with possibilities and growth. Consider this: genuine connections are built on a foundation of true love and support. These are the relationships where you feel completely accepted and cherished, no matter the circumstances. They are the people who stand by you through the highs and lows, offering unwavering encouragement and warmth. Nurturing these relationships is like tending to a beautiful garden, where the flowers are vibrant and the soil is rich with care. Now, think about the relationships where love feels conditional or superficial. These connections can be draining and filled with uncertainty. It's like trying to grow a plant in poor soil. No matter how much effort you put in, it struggles to thrive. Recognizing that some people might bring more negativity or stress into your life is crucial. It's about understanding that if someone can't offer genuine support or appreciation, their place in your life might need to change. Letting go of such relationships can be tough, much like saying goodbye to a familiar but unproductive plant. It's natural to feel a pang of sadness or loss at first. Yet, this process is a form of self-care, a way of protecting your emotional well-being. By choosing to release those who bring toxicity into your life, you're not only creating space for healthier relationships, but also affirming your own worth and values. Once you've made the decision to let go, you might notice a sense of relief and clarity. It's like clearing out clutter from your living space, making room for new, positive experiences. The absence of negative influences can bring a new level of peace and freedom, allowing you to focus on the relationships that truly matter. This clarity is a sign of growth and a testament to your strength in prioritizing what's best for you. Embrace the idea that letting go is not about rejection or failure. It's about making a conscious choice to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. It's a courageous step towards building a life filled with meaningful connections. By focusing on those who offer unconditional love and support, you create a foundation for a more fulfilling and joyful journey. As you continue your adventure, make a deliberate effort to cherish and nurture the relationships that are genuine and supportive. These are the people who make your story richer and more vibrant. They are the companions who will walk alongside you through all of life's twists and turns, celebrating victories and offering comfort during challenges. In the end, remember that your story is yours to shape. Life is too short to chase after those who don't appreciate or support you. By letting go of those who bring negativity and welcoming those who offer true love and respect, you are crafting a narrative filled with positivity and meaningful connections. Embrace this journey with confidence, knowing that each choice you make brings you closer to the life you deserve. Have you ever noticed how some relationships seem to drain your energy rather than lift you up? You might find yourself feeling constantly at fault, or even worse, as if you're walking on eggshells around certain individuals. It's essential to consider why you might be experiencing this, and how distancing yourself from such people could be a crucial step toward a healthier emotional state. This can be particularly challenging when those around us are resistant to acknowledging their mistakes and are quick to make us feel responsible for everything. Let's delve into why it's important to protect yourself from these dynamics. Imagine someone who never admits they're wrong. They're always quick to shift the blame, even when it's clear that the fault lies elsewhere. Being around such individuals can be exhausting because it places an undue burden on your shoulders. They create a situation where you are left questioning yourself and your worth, constantly trying to appease someone who won't ever acknowledge their own failings. By distancing yourself from such people, you're not only protecting your own sanity but also recognizing that you deserve to be treated with respect and fairness. Now, consider this idea from another angle. Our character is often tested when we have nothing and when we have everything. The way we behave in both of these extremes reveals much about who we are. When you have nothing, patience and resilience become vital. This is when your true character is often forged, and your responses to adversity can define your path. On the other hand, when you have everything, your attitude remains a reflection of your inner strength. Are you humble and gracious, or do you become complacent and self-centered? Both situations offer a mirror to your character. Let's talk about the alignment between words and actions. Words can be incredibly powerful, but they mean little if they aren't backed up by actions. People who say one thing but do another can cause a lot of confusion and frustration. This misalignment often leads to broken trust and disillusionment. By keeping a keen eye on whether actions align with words, you can better protect yourself from disappointment and emotional manipulation. Surround yourself with those whose actions match their promises. This alignment is often a hallmark of authenticity and reliability. Think about true strength for a moment. It's not always about overt displays of power or confidence. Sometimes, the strongest people are those who endure silent battles and smile through their struggles. They cry behind closed doors and fight challenges that remain unseen by the world. This kind of strength is often quiet and humble, yet profoundly resilient. It's important to recognize and appreciate this kind of strength in yourself and others, as it underscores a deeper, more genuine form of courage and perseverance. In your own life, you might find yourself in situations where you feel compelled to fight battles quietly, to endure silently, or to manage difficulties on your own. This doesn't mean you should do it alone, but it does highlight the value of recognizing your own strength and the strength of those around you. It's often through these private struggles that we find our greatest reservoirs of resilience and compassion. Building a circle of supportive people who respect and understand your silent battles can significantly improve your emotional well-being. These are individuals who see beyond the surface and recognize the depth of what you are enduring. They are not only supportive when things are easy, but are there for you in the moments when you are struggling silently. Finding such people can make a world of difference in how you navigate your personal challenges. As you move forward, remember that distancing yourself from those who consistently make you feel at fault is a step toward reclaiming your emotional balance. It's about recognizing when a relationship or a dynamic is no longer serving your well-being and choosing to surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. It's not about abandonment, but about self-preservation and growth. This journey of understanding and action requires both introspection and courage. It's about setting boundaries and making choices that honor your self-worth and personal growth. By being mindful of who you allow into your life and how you engage with them, you foster an environment where you can thrive both in times of plenty and in moments of hardship. In conclusion, embracing the idea of distancing yourself from those who refuse to acknowledge their faults and recognizing the value of aligning words with actions can pave the way for healthier and more fulfilling relationships. It's about respecting yourself enough to demand better and understanding that true strength is often found in the quiet moments of personal struggle. This approach can help you create a life where your patience, character, and resilience are not just tested but celebrated. Do you want to know 5 rules for happiness? When you're carrying a heavy sack filled with bricks. Each brick represents a grudge, an unresolved conflict, or a lingering hatred. This sack weighs you down, making every step harder and every day more exhausting. The first rule for happiness is to let go of hate. Holding on to anger or resentment towards someone is like continually carrying that sack of bricks. It doesn't harm the person you're angry with, it only hurts you. By releasing this emotional burden, you free yourself from the grip of negativity. This doesn't mean you have to forget or condone bad behavior, but it means choosing not to let it control your emotions or dictate your actions. Embrace forgiveness not as a gift to others, but as a gift to yourself, one that lightens your load and opens up space for more positive experiences. Now, let's shift gears to the second rule: don't compare yourself to others. Picture yourself at a beautiful garden party, surrounded by guests dressed in various exquisite outfits. It's tempting to look around and wish for something different than what you're wearing, but doing so takes away from your enjoyment of the evening. Similarly, comparing yourself to others is like constantly checking your outfit against everyone else's, and it detracts from appreciating your own unique qualities. Everyone's life path is distinct, filled with individual struggles and triumphs. By focusing on your own journey and celebrating your own achievements, you embrace your individuality and cultivate a sense of satisfaction that doesn't hinge on others' successes or failures. The third rule addresses a common source of stress: worrying about the past or the future. Imagine a beautiful, serene lake. The surface is calm and reflective, but when you throw in a stone, the ripples distort the view. Worrying about past mistakes or future uncertainties creates ripples on the calm lake of your present moment. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you allow the surface of your life to remain clear and peaceful. Practice mindfulness and cultivate an awareness of the present moment. This shift in focus helps you manage your thoughts and emotions more effectively, reducing the anxiety that comes from ruminating on what has been or what might be. The fourth rule is about giving without expecting something in return. Think of a gardener who plants seeds with the intention of nurturing them into beautiful flowers. The gardener doesn't expect the flowers to reciprocate in any way. The joy comes from the act of planting and tending. Similarly, when you give of yourself, whether through kindness, time, or resources, do so with a spirit of generosity rather than expectation. The true value of giving lies in the act itself, not in the anticipation of reward. By shifting your focus from what you might get back to the simple pleasure of giving, you enhance your sense of fulfillment and connection with others. Moving to the fifth rule, never complain about your difficulties. Picture a hiker climbing a steep mountain. Complaining about the rugged terrain or the heavy pack doesn't make the climb any easier. It only diminishes your energy and focus. Instead of dwelling on the difficulties you face, channel your energy into problem solving and adapting. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and development. By focusing on how to overcome obstacles rather than lamenting them, you maintain a more positive and proactive mindset, which can make a significant difference in how you experience and handle life's challenges. Integrating these rules into your life sometimes involves making tough decisions, such as letting go of people who no longer contribute positively to your well-being. Imagine a garden that has become overrun with weeds. To allow your flowers to thrive, you need to clear away the weeds. Similarly, releasing relationships that drain your energy or hinder your personal growth is an act of self-care. It's not about questioning your worthiness, but about recognizing that some connections may no longer serve your highest good. By letting go of these relationships, you create space for healthier and more fulfilling connections. Central to all these rules is the belief that you are enough just as you are. This belief is like the bedrock upon which the other rules stand. It's easy to seek validation from external sources or measure your worth against others, but true happiness comes from within. Embracing your intrinsic value means understanding that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. This self-acceptance is transformative. It changes the way you interact with the world and shapes the way you approach your own goals and aspirations. When you believe in your own worth, you naturally attract more positive experiences and relationships into your life. Applying these rules is not a one-time fix but a continuous journey. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. Each chip and carve brings the sculpture closer to its final form. Similarly, integrating these principles into your life requires ongoing effort and mindfulness. Each step you take towards letting go of negativity, avoiding comparisons, staying present, giving selflessly, and embracing self-worth chisels away at the block of obstacles and challenges, gradually revealing a more authentic and fulfilled version of yourself. As you embrace these principles, your life begins to shift in profound ways. Imagine standing at the helm of a ship, steering it through turbulent waters. By aligning your actions with these rules, you navigate through life's challenges with greater ease and confidence. The clarity and peace you cultivate through these practices transform your daily experiences and interactions, making your journey more joyful and meaningful. Ultimately, these rules for happiness are about creating a harmonious relationship with yourself and the world around you. They encourage you to live with intention, embrace your unique path, and cultivate a mindset that fosters joy and fulfillment. By integrating these principles into your daily life, you pave the way for a more enriching and contented existence, one where your happiness is no longer dependent on external circumstances, but rather rooted in the strength and clarity of your own heart and mind. You're standing in the middle of a vast, sunlit garden. This garden is filled with a rich tapestry of colors, with roses blooming in every corner. Yet, despite the abundance of beauty, your gaze is drawn to the thorns scattered among the flowers. You can't help but focus on the sharp, painful aspects of this lush environment. Now picture someone else in the same garden. They notice the vibrant colors, the delicate petals, and the sweet fragrance that fills the air. They see the roses for what they are, a symbol of beauty and joy. This difference in perception highlights a fundamental truth: our experience of life is profoundly shaped by what we choose to focus on. When we choose to dwell on the thorns, we often miss the beauty that surrounds us. Our perception acts like a filter, determining whether we see the obstacles or the opportunities in our environment. This is where the concept of gratitude comes into play. Gratitude is the practice of shifting our focus from what we lack or find challenging to what we have and appreciate. It's like adjusting the lens through which we view our life's garden. By consciously choosing to focus on the positives, whether they're the roses in our metaphorical garden or the simple joys in our daily lives, we can transform our experience from one of constant struggle to one of abundant appreciation. Gratitude has a profound impact on our emotional well-being. When we actively practice gratitude, we rewire our brains to recognize and savor the positive aspects of our lives. This shift doesn't mean ignoring difficulties, but rather acknowledging that, alongside them, there are also elements of beauty and joy. Imagine a garden that has been tended with care, where every plant, even the weeds, is seen as part of a larger, thriving ecosystem. This perspective allows us to experience a deeper sense of contentment and fulfillment, as we learn to appreciate the good even in challenging circumstances. Joy, then, is a natural companion to gratitude. When we cultivate a mindset of appreciation, joy follows as a direct result. Think of joy as the sun that shines brightly when we clear away the clouds of negativity and focus on the light. This doesn't mean that joy eliminates all problems, but that it provides a counterbalance to them. Just as sunlight can help a garden flourish despite occasional storms, joy helps us thrive despite life's inevitable difficulties. By embracing gratitude and focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, we invite more joy into our hearts. Now, let's explore the emotional complexity of letting go of someone while still caring about them. Picture this process as a gentle but firm act of pruning in a garden. The plant in question has been a part of your life's landscape, and while it has contributed beauty and meaning, it may also be hindering the growth of other plants. Letting go of a relationship that was once nurturing but has become detrimental can be one of the most challenging experiences. The emotional attachments and memories associated with that person are like the roots that intertwine deeply with your own, making the act of separation both painful and profound. This process requires a deep sense of self-compassion and understanding. Letting go is not about erasing the past or negating the importance of the relationship, but about acknowledging that, for your own well-being, it may be time to move forward. It's like recognizing that while a particular plant was once essential, it's now time for new growth and new possibilities. This realization can be heart-wrenching, but it's also an act of self-respect and courage. It involves recognizing that holding on might be more harmful than beneficial, and that moving forward is necessary for your own growth and happiness. Embracing the pain of letting go is a brave and loving act towards oneself. It involves facing the discomfort of change and the sadness of parting with something meaningful. This process is akin to navigating through a storm to reach calmer waters. The pain you feel now is a natural part of the healing process, and it's important to honor your feelings without letting them overwhelm you. Over time, the intensity of the pain will lessen, and you will find comfort in knowing that you made the best choice for your future. During this transition, it's crucial to give yourself the space and time to heal. Just as a garden needs time to recover after pruning, so too do you need time to adjust and find peace. This period of adjustment might be filled with mixed emotions and reflections, but it is also an opportunity for profound personal growth. Allow yourself to grieve and reflect, but also focus on the new opportunities and experiences that await you. This time of healing is an investment in your future happiness and well-being. Ultimately, letting go of someone while still caring for them is about creating room for new growth and possibilities in your life. It's a process that teaches you about your own needs, boundaries, and capacity for resilience. As you navigate this journey, trust in the wisdom of your decision and the positive changes it will bring. By releasing what no longer serves you, you open yourself up to new beginnings and new relationships that align more closely with your values and aspirations. In conclusion, your experience of life and relationships is profoundly influenced by your perception and approach. By focusing on gratitude, you transform your perspective and invite more joy into your life. Letting go, though challenging, is a courageous act of self-love that allows for personal growth and future happiness. Embrace the process with patience and self-compassion, and remember that every ending is also a new beginning. By nurturing this mindset and approach, you pave the way for a more fulfilling and enriched life, where joy and peace become your constant companions. As you move through the chapters of your life, you'll start to notice something profound. It's not the surface-level things like your appearance or material wealth that define you. Instead, it's the person you've grown into, the wisdom you've gained, the character you've developed, and the integrity you uphold, that truly shapes who you are. Over time, you'll find that the value you place on these deeper aspects of yourself becomes far more significant than any external accolades or possessions. Think of your life as a mosaic made up of countless experiences, choices, and moments of growth. Each piece adds depth and texture, creating a beautiful and intricate portrait of who you are. The real measure of your worth lies in how you've navigated these experiences, how you've treated others, and how you've remained true to yourself amidst life's challenges. Your legacy isn't found in the fleeting trends of fashion or the accumulation of material things, but in the lasting impact you've made through kindness, authenticity, and resilience. When it comes to relationships, this understanding is especially crucial. Be cautious of those who have a history of dishonesty. Imagine trust as the cornerstone of any meaningful connection. Dishonesty is like a crack in that foundation. People who repeatedly lie or deceive have chosen a path that distorts reality and undermines trust. Such behavior isn't just a minor flaw, it's a fundamental issue that can erode the soul and obscure the truth. Trusting someone with this kind of history can lead to heartbreak and disappointment, making it harder for you to build genuine, fulfilling relationships. In your quest for authentic connections, look for individuals who demonstrate honesty and integrity. These qualities are the bedrock of any lasting relationship. When you surround yourself with people who align with your values, you create a nurturing environment where trust and respect can flourish. These relationships are built on a solid foundation, offering support and joy without the shadows of deceit. As you reflect on your journey and the people you encounter, let your choices be guided by this deeper understanding. Embrace the growth that comes with age, and let it inform how you interact with the world. Recognize that the essence of who you are and the relationships you build are shaped by your commitment to authenticity and trust. This realization helps you make more discerning choices, ensuring that your connections enrich rather than deplete your life. In the end, the true measure of your life isn't found in material wealth or physical appearance, but in the character you've developed and the quality of your relationships. As you continue to grow and evolve, keep this perspective at the forefront of your mind. Value honesty, cherish authentic connections, and let your personal growth guide you in making choices that reflect your true self. So, as you navigate the complexities of life, remember, it's the person you become and the integrity you uphold that matter most. Choose your relationships wisely, stay true to your values, and embrace the journey with an open heart. In doing so, you'll build a life that's rich with meaning and fulfillment, defined not by external markers, but by the genuine connections and personal growth you achieve.